Former President Trump's lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen has resumed his testimony in the hush money trial.
Cohen testified yesterday that Mr. Trump ordered him to make the payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. KTLA's Eric Spillman here with more on that. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Frank. Morning, Jessica. Michael Cohen once said he would take a bullet for his boss. In a secret audio recording played in court yesterday, he and Donald Trump can be heard discussing the plan for making hush money payments.
I've spoken to Alan Weisselberg about how to set the whole thing up with
So what are we going to pay?
Funding. Yes. And it's all the stuff.
Cohen told the jury he secretly recorded that conversation where he and Trump discussed paying Playboy model Karen McDougal $150,000 to keep quiet about an alleged affair. Yesterday, Trump sat in court at the defense table with his eyes closed for long stretches, as Cohen also testified about the payments to former porn actress Stormy Daniels. She claimed she once had a sexual encounter with Trump, and as the 2016 presidential campaign was winding down, Cohen testified Trump wanted to give Daniels $130,000 to keep quiet. When it came time to pay her, Cohen testified Trump told him to, quote, just do it. According to Cohen, Trump was worried about how the stories would affect women voters, especially since the Access Hollywood tape had just come out. Cohen testified, he said to me, this is a disaster, total disaster. Women are going to hate me. Guys may think it's cool, but this is going to be a disaster for the campaign. Cohen testified that it was Melania Trump who came up with the strategy of how to deal with the fallout from the Access Hollywood tape. He testified it was her advice to refer to it as just locker room talk. Prosecutor Susan Hoffinger asked Cohen if Trump had ever expressed concern that Melania might find out about his alleged affairs if the stories ever became public. Hoffinger asks, how are things going to go upstairs? A reference to Melania, who lived with Trump in a penthouse apartment at Trump Tower. Hoffinger, and what, if anything, did he, meaning Trump, say to you about that? Cohen, don't worry, he goes, how long do you think I will be on the market for? Not long. Hoffinger, what did you understand that to mean? Cohen, he wasn't thinking about Melania. This was all about the campaign. Cohen testified that the plan was for him personally to pay Daniels the money out of his own pocket and then be reimbursed by Trump so that nobody could track where it came from. He testified, quote, once I received the money back from Mr. Trump, I would deposit it and no one would be the wiser, end quote. Outside court just a few minutes ago, Trump said again he did nothing wrong.
I took a legal expense and they called it, I didn't do it, a bookkeeper did it, she did it exactly right. Took a legal expense and called it a legal expense. This is their whole case. Are you allowed to call a legal expense a legal expense? I don't know what else you'd call it, actually.
This morning, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, is with Trump in court. Former Republican candidate Vivek Ramaswamy is also attending the trial today to show support for Trump. Trump's lawyers will get a chance to cross-examine Michael Cohen later today. They're expected to attack his credibility. Cohen has been convicted of lying to Congress. Frank?